So, good morning, student. Today, I have decided to discuss a very unique topic that product life cycle and the pricing methods. Under this topic, I'll discuss with you how a product move in for an organization. And in agriculture finance, it's very important that we have to understand and we have to learn that how the product move in the market since the conception of product, because the conception being took place as per the information through the marketing, proper marketing research by any organization, and that conception to be converted into the product or service. And then after the product moves in different directions, and whether the product is reaches to the final destination of that the decline stage or not, because in between maybe the product collapse. So but the introductory stage, the first one, then we have the growing stage, then we have a maturity stage, and then finally we have a decline stage. So these are the few stages where through which the product goes. And then in the same topic, I have decided to discuss with you the pricing methods. The pricing methods, they are very important, that how we'll have a pricing of a particular product or commodity. Here, for example, there are certain cost-based pricing, then certain the cost plus pricing, and then there are the others methods of pricing. On the basis of that, we'll have a pricings of a product or any commodity which or service which provided by any organization, or even in the farming, in agro-based industries, we go through this process of pricing. So in this topic, we'll discuss. You just hold on. I am just sharing the screen with you. Okay. Good morning, student. Today, I have decided to discuss a very important topic in relation to the agricultural product, that and which is directly connected with the life of the agro-based industry, because life of the agro-based product is very limited because of generally they are perishable in nature. So that's why knowledge about product life cycle and pricing method is very important. How we can have manage how we can manage both the things, that is very important. So looking to this, I have decided to discuss the classification and concept of product life cycle and pricing method, and then the key element, stages, and importance of product life cycle. So these are the two things we'll discuss about the product life cycle and the pricing method. Let us have a first look on the basic concept of product life cycle. Product life cycle is an important concept in marketing. It describes the stages of a product goes through when it was first thought of until it finally is removed from the market. Not at not all products reach this final stage, because generally definitely the law of diminishing return is applicable on every product, but this is not necessary that all the product reaches to the final stage, because there are few products and concept services, those those who are we are using them in accordance to our ancestors, because they are based on the facts, and little bit modification we will find there, but the almost the service will remain same. So that is not mandatory for all the products, but definitely in few products, particularly in the luxury segments, we'll see that the products, they are passing through the all the stages of the product life cycle. So but in few cases we will not find that the ultimate all product reaches to the final stage. So definition of product life cycle is cycle through which every product goes through from introduction to withdrawal or eventually damage. So this is the definition of the product life cycle. The product life cycle has a four clearly defined stages, each with its own characteristics, that mean different things for different business that are trying to manage the life cycle of their particular product. First one is the introduction stage. This stage of the life cycle, product life cycle, could be most expensive for a company launching a new product. So same things can be applicable in the agriculture sector, where with the introductory stage, it means something new being innovated at research and development centers by the scientists, and that is to be very expensive. That's why we are saying that for industrial goods, it's developing a concept which is solely based on the desire and the needs of the people, which developed by the industry, so that new product came into the shape of that desire and demand, which is they have assessed through their marketing research and through their sales research and the various feedbacks those they have, and then they have go to the technocrats and the researchers, and then finally they have the finished goods, which was converted into the form of the tangible goods. It may be the intangible goods, if at all it is intellectual property. So the first stage is definitely very costly, and the most expensive stage was being concerned as a part of the product life cycle. This stage of life cycle could be most expensive for company launching a new product. The size of market for the product is small, which means sales are low, although they will be increasing. On other hand, the cost of things like research and development, R&D cost is very, consumer testing and the market needed to launch the product can be very high, especially if it is competitive sector. We know that nowadays we have a situation of COVID-19 on and around world, because it's a pandemic. So now you will see that the several pharmaceuticals company, those who are having the vaccination segments, they how much the effort they are putting inside the research and development. So in that case, and then after when they have developed the vaccine, the trials, one stage, second stage, third stage, then they are assessing all the things, and then finally after that they first they satisfied, and that being certificate being issued by their own scientists, then they'll go to ICMR or the World Health Organization, that the team for the acceptance and the recommendations of their claim. So that kind of Hercules, work is there, which is related with the development of a new vaccine, or just like this is an example, because which we are realizing nowadays in the situation where we are. So that kind of introductory stage, which regarding the same, which I have discussed, that this is the most expensive stage, where the most of the input of as far as the capital part is concerned, being invested by the organization, by the company, or by the government. Then the second stage is growth stage. The growth stage is typically characterized by a strong growth in sales and profits. And because the company can start to benefit from economies of scale in production, the profit margin as well as the overall amount of profit will increase. This makes it possible for business to invest more money in the promotional activity to maximize the potential of this growth stage. Methods and cheaper market conditions, they are also the part of the how we how the company promote the product, that is also. And here we see that what we have discussed, the equilibrium theory, in that is also very much the concept of equilibrium theory is also very much required over here, because company is investing on the basis of the demand and supply, that of a particular product or service. So in that case, if they find that the demand is more, then the price is towards in the direction of the upwards, and then they want to have ensure, they will be ensuring that assurance that that as much as money, as much as product, the product they want to push into the market, because of because there is continuous hike in the price of the product, and because they had a more possibility of earning more profit. So that in that case, we know that the marginal cost will remain almost constant, and companies started producing the product in a huge amount to fulfill the demand of the market. And in that case, they have the possibility of earning more and more profit. That's why this this scale of equilibrium over here, we will see that the unstable equilibrium, and this is the situation where the manufacturer of any product, they have the possibility to grow like anything, and which can be which can be further beneficial for future course of action, because once they reaches to the peakness of the growth of their business of a particular product, then their efforts they put only to stabilize that business, and that is a thing which is very much important. And this growth stage, if the company is, if the organization is in a position to maintain that the pace of growth, and that is very much required for economic viability of the business. So the growth stage is typically characterized by a strong growth in sales and profit. That here there is nothing more, that because everything in introductory stage, that the quality, that they have assessed all the demand about the taste of the people. They have all the things with them, and they have completed entire that requisite of the introductory stage, and now the growing stage is stage where they can have opportunity to create the demand through promotional activities, through, because this is nowadays in we have the audio visual, that promotions, and there are multiple that promotional strategy we have to adopt. We have to select the segment of the customers, that, and on the basis of that we have to focus them, that kind of, that all things, and the gimmicks to be done by the organization or company to promote the product and to enjoy the growth of that product. Because after introductory stage, their entire focus is on then on the sales forecasting, sales achieving, market capturing. All these are the fundamentals those they are using over here in the stage to whom we are calling the growth stage. Now the third stage is maturity stage. So if the company, any company, those they have introduced any new concept and convert it into the product or service, that they want to remain and retain the growing stage as many as time they that possible for them. But if when they feel that the 10% or 8% or 15%, whatever the growth they are achieving, they feel that now the growth is stagnant. So, and that on that stage, their entire focus is on that how they can have the cost cutting in various component of the product, and how they can have how they can utilize their resources of promoting the product to maintain that the maturity stage. It means they will see that the product is giving 10 to 15% growth, how they can maintain this pace every year or every month by month, whatever the criteria they are fixing for their organization, they go through that. So the maturity stage, during the maturity stage, the product is established. The aim of for the manufacturer is now to maintain the market share they have built up. This is probably the most competitive time for most products, and business need to invest wisely in any marketing they take undertake. They also need to consider any product modification, improvement to the production process, which might give them a competitive advantage. That is a period. Actually, maturity stage is that where the peak of that growth they have achieved, and or any product have reached up to that stage where from there it's very difficult for them to maintain the further that the pace of growth which they have in the past. So in that case, how they can maintain that 10, 15, 20%, whatever the maturity stage is there, how they can maintain this growth for incoming years. That is very much required for any organization to survive economically in the business, because now this is the time actually when the fruit is ripened, and in what way they can earn more and more profit through that particular product or service. So for that, they have to have close watch in the market strategies, those they are available, and those who are being followed by the competitors of the same product or the same commodity. In that case, they have to modify sometimes the design, sometimes the pack shots, sometimes the availability of the product. So whether after observing all the things in the market, they have to adopt new strategy for maintaining the growth at maturity level which was achieved by them in past. So that is very important, because this is the time when they have to face the broadcast competition, and in that case, if they'll not took steps on a particular time, then definitely they'll go somewhere else. So because we know that the market scenario, I'll give one example that there is no name nowadays in the sector of the sector of the mobile. Recently, we'll take that the Nokia, who has started the concept of mobile in the world. But nowadays, their name is not like that, because Apple and that other companies, they have taken the big market share, because the Nokia was not able to identify the competition those they are facing time and again, and they have not developed their technology. So this is very important stage when they have achieved the growth, how they can maintain the growth of the industry. So that's why they have to change the model. They have to upgrade their technology to sustain and to retain in the with the same the growth and pace which they have achieved in the past. So, and we'll take another example of Murphy Radio, Televista, that early television, the Western TV. These all are the names. Those they were giant in their days, in those days when they are in the market. But they have not upgraded their technology, and they are not able to assess the praise of the and need of the customers and the consumers, those who are consuming their product, and they are not able to incorporate all the modifications those who are required in the technology and in the promotional strategy of their product. So that is the situation to whom we are calling the maturity stage, and where if we are not able, if any organization, any industry, or any even country, if they are not able to maintain that stage, because that is a stage when they have to face the huge competition from each corner of the business, that area where the business, or the product which is being consumed. So that is a stage where they have to focus very much. So let us have once again, during the maturity stage, the product is established, and aim of the manufacturer is now to maintain the market share they have built up. Whatever the market share they have built up, it's now their responsibility how they can maintain these things, because if they'll not take decision on time, then somebody will take their share. So this is probably the most competitive time for most products, and business need to invest wisely in any marketing they undertake. That is the time when the business, they have to expand their business, they have to develop new products, they have to develop new services, but with the maintenance of the pace of the product, which they have achieved a handsome growth, and the product was reached up to the maturity stage. So through in between, they have to maintain, not only they have to maintain the pace of the product, because every product is having ultimately the decline stage. So somehow some product they are not reaching to that stage, but definitely after maturity stage, there is no other way, they will go towards the decline stage. So this is the responsibility of the organization or a company to plan on the new product, new, that the collaboration, or anything new. So, but they have to do this thing very wisely, because and within that they have to maintain the maturity stage. They also need to consider any product modification or improvement, if competition, they find that our product is losing because of the pack shot, or because of taste is no problem, so that they have to improvise all the things time and again, as per the need and the requirement of the market and the behavior of consumer, because consumer behavior is changed. We know that the law of diminishing return is everywhere applicable. So consumer taste is not remain constant. They further there, because the further after that, after the maximum satisfaction, it was towards the decline stage. So that is why this concept of economics is everywhere applicable. So companies, they have to change the something which is as per the identification research, and as per the competition that they are facing, and they are assessing the competitors also. So they have to need to consider any product modification or improvement to the production process, which might given them a competitive advantage. That is a thing which is very much required. Now the fourth and final stage for the product is decline stage. Eventually the market for a product will start to shrink, and this is what known as a decline stage, because when the product being utilized by the society as a whole, up to after a certain period, that when the society feel that now the much but better product if it is available in the market, then they'll shift their focus towards that direction. So automatically after that, either they'll maintain the, if the company simultaneously, if company is maintaining the pace, but they feel that the concept, we will see this thing very important, and we'll see this is in the mobile industry, that the one model that is being launched, then after that the another model of other company will come with the other features. So they are incorporating to future more. So automatically that the technology being obsolete, and that will be outdated. So that is very important, that at the time when the producer, they feel that the product, that now the acceptance of the product is outdated, in that case they have to immediately, on even before reaching to that decline stage of any product, they have to develop, introduce new product of with a few other features, so that can be tested by the consumers, and then they have they are able to maintain the market share which they have achieved through the business of entire process. That is why very important. So eventually the market for a product will start to shrink. That this happens because when the new concept, new things will come in the market, we'll see that there are lots of companies, they are wiped off from the market because they have not assessed properly the market facts. Those they are arising time and again in front of them, and if they miss the opportunity, they'll miss the opportunity forever. So that kind of situation will arise in the business anytime. So for that, if we are not vigilant, or the company is not vigilant about these kind of threats, then they will be nowhere in the future. So that is eventually the market of a product. This is only not only we are discussing only one product. It's not like that, because the company, they have the multiple range of the product sometimes. So if they will not focus on the development of the new concept or new product, then because somebody has the marketeer has given one example. We can judge the pace of the organization. We can judge the pace of the growth and development of the organization. After we will assess their how and in what way their new products are coming, new products are doing. If we judge the pace of the new products, that the growth of the new product, or in what way the group new products or new concept which they have launched in recent past 1 or 2 years, last 1 or 2 years, we'll see that in what way the new concept or new products are doing. That is a parameter, one of the that expert of marketing has given in the form of the quotation, that we can assess the pace of the organization by judging and assessing their the in what way the new products are doing or new concepts are doing in the market. On the basis of that, we can judge the pace of the organization, because every time the success is not necessary to be with us. But if we launch 3 products, 2 products, one product annually, then we'll have that in what way actually our new products are doing. On the basis of that, the pace of our organization can be judged by the by the experts, those who are expert in the segment of the marketing. So eventually the market for a product will start to shrink, and this is what's known as the decline stage. This shrinkage could be due to the market becoming saturated. In example, all customers who will buy the product have already purchased it, or because of the consumers are switching to the different type of product. While this decline stage may be inevitable, because this is not inevitable, so that it may still be possible for the companies to make some profit by switching to less expensive production method and cheaper market strategy. That because if it is not possible, then we have to think about it, how we can survive in the market. So cost cutting and the manufacturing, that the modification in the manufacturing process, that there are so many other ways to cut the cost of production, so that we can survive in the competitive era through price. But immediately that if we are not focusing on the other products, and the development of the new product, and new concept after the market research which we had with us, then that will be happen with the organization itself, that they'll know more after some time. Now this is the graphical presentation of all the 4 stages. That first one, we'll see that the introductory stage. Here all the efforts, that this is the most expensive stage which we have discussed already, that this is the stage where all the expenses uh, those who are being done by the company, and the return was nowhere, and this was only the prediction. But this is the stage if we have, because if well begun is half done, this is the quotation, this is generally we give. So all efforts we have to make and ensure that we have to have a proper introduction of any concept of any product in the market, because this is the stage where we have to utilize all our efforts to promote the product, initially is initially the introductory stage, because once the concept is floated in a positive direction, with all efforts, definitely we'll have a chances of more success in coming future, because this is the time when if we are in hurry, or if because of that the other compulsions, if we have not introduced the product properly, then we'll will not see that whatever the growth we have expected from the product will achieve, because all efforts we have to make, because until and unless we are not able to spread the product benefit, because nowadays the product is based on the concept of the product benefit, because now the product is good or like that, or that are the different things, but the feature of product are nowadays they exist at different stage. But when the product reaches to the consumer, they'll see that what the product is doing for them, how much beneficial it is in compared to the product of the same nature available in the market. So this is the introductive stage where we have to float our product benefit of the market, and we have to promote all the we have to promote the things at each and every corner, and at each and every segment of the consumers, and then only we can expect the growth which we have decided. And this is the second stage where we are enjoying the growth of the product, and through this we can initiate, and we can contribute the handsome growth to the organization. So the second stage is growing stage. This is the time we have to put all our efforts to promote our product, because now the production and the initial that introductory expenses, that we have balanced, and now the market cost, the marginal cost and market, we have opportunity. This is the stage where we have a continuous growth and increment in the market revenue from a particular product. So marketing cost, we know that the marginal cost that is there will remain same, and we have to create the demand of that product by throwing all the possible efforts to float the concept and the benefit of our product. And this is the time when will receive the continuous growth, that we have to judge that what is the growth. Sometimes initially we can have 100%, 200% growth, because the product when the reaches to the customer, and when because of the mild publicity of the customer, sometimes the product will find the multiple folds of the growth in this time. And this is the time when we can enjoy and we can enjoy the marginal that revenue in a huge amount as compared to the marginal cost. So that the continuous growth, the period, that is to whom we are considering under the growth stage. Now when see that the growth was reaches to the maturity stage, and now this is the time how much the company can have ability to maintain that the pace of that growth. If suppose we are maintaining the, if in last year the 10 to 15% growth for a product particular commodity, and and if we are able to maintain that growth for a longer period of time, as many as period, because mostly the best concept, if the organization works, they are able to, because few products, they are the backbone of the organization, and they remain in the picture every time. So company, how they can have the mechanism to maintain this maturity stage for a longer period, and this is a stage where the company can have the continuous profit. But finally the decline stage started, but it's not mandatory that the product moves through all the stages. Sometimes the product even diminishes at the introductory stage. So that kind of that sometimes the product diminishes at the growing stage. Sometimes the product diminishes at the maturity stage. So this is not necessary that the all product passes through these stages. But in normal circumstances, if all other factors remain constant, then we can expect that we can calculate, we can assume that the product will be passed through these four stages. So now the decline stage, this is the time when the product started to showing sometimes the decline in the growth, and then decline in negatively in the growth of the product. If the 10%, 15% it was maintaining at the maturity stage, this is the stage where we'll see that the 2%, 3% like that growth we have started getting on a product. And after that, after few years, we have a negative growth of the product also. So this is the future of any of the product which we launch in the form of the form of the commodity or service, and the concept also. So this is the time this will happen for most of the product, and the few products, those who are a backbone, they'll remain in the picture. But the pace and the maturity stage, that is very difficult for the organization to have continuous profit from the old product. Now, significance of that the importance of product life cycle, that also we'll discuss now. The significance of product life cycle is done properly can alert a company to as the health of the product in relation to the market itself. That this is a parameter of judging any of the organization, that what they are actually doing, in what way they are managing the business. That is very important. If the company is not doing the survey for their range of the product, that what the products are doing separately, if they are not maintaining, if they are not assessing the growth and the increment or decrement, whatever the things they are facing. So they if they will not do this thing, then they'll go somewhere. They will be nowhere in the picture in coming days in relation to the market, in what way the product is serving. So that is very important for the organization to have a strategy, to have a planning, and to have decide the objectives to achieve their final destination in the form of the goal. If they are not having this information through product life cycle or the services those they are providing in the market, then they'll see that there will be no future for this kind of the organization. So this is the tool to design the strategy, to design the planning, and to allocate their resources in the form of the budgeting. That how much, in what way they are budgeting for various resources those they are having with them. So all these things, they are to be decided. And product life cycle, study of product life cycle is very important for any organization or any government. Even if they will not see that what their policies are doing in the from them, the policies, the status of the policies, those they have those they have decided to discuss while they will come in the power in the form of the manifestation, election manifesto, which they have given to the in front of the public. If they will not assess the policies, in what way actually their policies are going into the society or as a country as a whole, if they will not assess this thing, then they will nowhere in the power in second term. So that is very important, because that if we will not assess the what efforts we have made, and this product life cycle is a parameter actually in which we can put anything which the effort those we have done in the introductory stage, in the growing stage, or in the maturity stage, or in the final decline stage. So all the policy, all the efforts those who are being made by the government, they can be assessed through the product life cycle also. Now the product life cycle also forces a continuous scan of the market and allows the company to take corrective action faster, but the process is really rarely easy. The process is definitely very difficult, because when timely you will judge the product life cycle of any product or any service, if the government is doing this thing, whatever the policy is doing, whatever the we'll see that at the implementation level, where we have what kind of that the things which we have decided through budget, through planning, whether we are doing the same thing or not. If sometimes because of the same efforts we have a huge growth in the product, but sometimes because of the same efforts we are not achieving the growth, let us have a root cause analysis immediately, that so we can alter the direction of our efforts. Because if we are failed, if we'll check at time, then we'll correct it immediately, and we'll save our organization and we'll save our country on time. So what kind of that strategy, in what way it is working, that is very, very important. That is very important for any product life cycle, or any sort of that product life cycle concept. So product life cycle, by and large, it's a very important for any organization or even for any government, to judge the policies and for the organization to what their products are doing in the market, what kind of that whether they are moving in a right direction or not. That all can be answered by the product life cycle itself if they are doing on time. Now we'll discuss the pricing methods. That what are the pricing method of in what way we'll price the product. That we'll see in the graphical presentation. Here we have pricing methods. They are being divided into the four segments. That's the cost based pricing, then the demand based pricing, and then the competition based pricing, and then other pricing methods. So first one, the cost based pricing, further to be divided into the cost plus pricing and mark up pricing. And then the other pricing, we know that the fourth one, that further being divided under the four categories. That's the value pricing, target return pricing, going rate pricing, and transfer pricing. So these are the various methods actually, those who are being utilized by the organizations to price a product or to price a service. So now we will discuss all the pricing method one by one. So first one, that the cost based pricing. Cost based pricing refers to a pricing method in which some percentage of desired profit margin is added to the cost of the product to obtain the final price. So it means whatever the cost we are having in providing a finished goods to the market or a service to the market, that on that if we add something that we feel that to be the profit margin, in the cost we'll incorporate all the cost, the fixed cost and the variable cost of the product or service. That we have to be very conscious about it. If we are not able to add those things, then we'll not achieve exactly the cost based pricing. So after that, when we suppose, for example, if we have a product costing us for 10 rupees, then we'll decide that how much profit we want. If we want 30%, 40% profit, and under the cost we have incorporated all the variable costs, marketing cost, the promotional cost, that the employees, the marketing professionals, sales professionals cost, market research cost, all these costs we have incorporated in the cost that which we have finally calculated for the product or service. That on that cost, if we add some percentage of the product, if suppose the 10 rupees is there, if we feel that the 30% profit is sufficient for us, so that for running our show, so we have added another 3 rupees on that. Then this is the 13 rupees will be the manufacturer cost, and at which cost will give the product into the market, and that on that we'll also add the retailer. If we have already added, then the 30%, this is the cost where we have to have the pricing design. We can design the price of the product accordingly. So that kind of that market MRP, if the products are moving in the maximum retail price, then if the system is that system is being followed by the country or state, then we have to design our product pricing accordingly. If we see that the on cost of product, if we want 20%, 30% benefit, then we add that 13 rupees. After that, if we feel that the retailer margin should be 16%, so we add another 2 rupees, and then if we feel that the distributor margin is 10%, so we another add 1 rupee. So finally, it will come around 16 rupees. So if the 10 rupee cost is there, then we'll have to fix the maximum retail price on the product, that is 16 rupees or 70 rupees. If maximum price is inclusive of tax, then we have to price the product accordingly. If it is exclusive of product, then we have to price the product accordingly. So whatever the method we are using, this is the method to whom we are calling the cost based pricing method. It means that here the cost of the product is very important. So now we will go once again that cost based pricing refer to the pricing method in which some percentage of desired profit margin is added to the cost of the product to obtain the final price. In other words, cost based pricing can be defined as pricing method in which a certain percentage of total cost of production is added to the cost of the product to determine its decline price. Cost based pricing can be two types, namely cost plus and the marketing mark plus. So these are the two methods, those we have already given in the graphical presentation. So now the cost based pricing is the two types. First one, the cost plus. The two types of cost based pricing is the first one is cost plus pricing. refers to the simplest method of determining the price of a product. In the cost plus pricing method, a fixed percentage, also called markup percentage of total cost as a profit, is added to the total cost to set the price. For example, XYZ organization bears the cost of rupees 100 rupees per unit for producing a product. It adds 50%, 50 per unit for the price of the product as a profit. In such case, the final price of the product is 150 rupees. Cost plus pricing is also known as the average cost pricing. This is the most commonly used method in manufacturing organization. Now the second one, the cost based, the markup, we know that the 50 rupees, the 50% they are using. But in the case of the markup is that this is the thing which they are using. They are marking up. Now the advantage of cost plus pricing methods are follows. The cost plus pricing method, what are the benefits and advantage of that? They require minimum information because they are just adding the fixed amount, that 50%, 30%, 40% on the cost of production. Then there is not much that information is required. Only the profit which they want, they are adding on that, the cost which we have bear, which they have bear in manufacturing, or to provide that service to the market. Involves simply because there is nothing that the rocket science is required for the calculation of the profit. Ensure selling against the unexpected changes in this job. That also can be observed. The disadvantage of cost plus pricing method are follows. Ignore price strategy for competitors. That here there is, we are ignoring the competitors' strategy in what way they are designing the product pricing. Ignore the rules of customers. Yes, also we are ignoring the role of customer, that if pricing is not properly being done, sometimes the product fails because of that in defective pricing method, which we will see in the market so many times. Now the second method of cost-based pricing is markup pricing. Refers to a pricing method in which the fixed amount or the percentage of cost of the product is added to the product price to get the selling price of the product. Markup pricing is the more common in retailing, in which the retailer sells the product to earn profit. For example, if a retailer has taken the product from the wholesaler for rupees 100 rupees, then he might add up a markup price of 20 rupees to gain profit. So that kind of that pricing method is being adopted, where the markup being used as standard, being used at the 20% the margin which they have given to the retailer, or 10% margin to be given to the stockist or dealer. So that kind of the pricing method is being called as a markup pricing method, because here they are also addressing, the companies or organizations, they are also addressing the benefits of the middleman, those who are the part of that distribution channel. So until and unless we will not address the issue of all the stakeholders, till then we are not able to understood that the cost plus price, we will see that the first one, we see that there was no logic, because it's easy, simple, but they are not taking the consideration of the interest of the, even the interest and the taste of the customers also. So that here in market price, up to certain extent they address this thing. Now the second that we'll see that the demand is demand based pricing. So demand based pricing refers to the pricing method in which the price of a product is finalized according to the demand. It means in what way the product is demanded, on the basis of, if the demand is more, then we can have opportunity to impose certain price, certain more price on the product. So demand based pricing is a very articulatory actually method. On the basis of the demand, we can think over the pricing. If we want to increase, then we have to think over it. If the demand is going in a decline manner, and if we impose the price a little bit more, then it may be hard. It may be help in destroying our entire that the marketing that which we are having of a product. So we have to little bit more cautious that what is the demand of the product. If the demand of a product is less, the low prices are charged to be attract the customers. That if the demand is of a product is less, then we can reduce certain, we can give certain incentives on the price. We can use certain promotional strategies to promote the product in that slack season, or in the situation where we are not receiving the demand as we are expecting from a particular product, from a particular society, of a particular set of the consumers in the country. The success of demand-based pricing depends on the ability of markets to analyze the demand. This type of pricing can be seen in the hospitality and travel industry. That we'll see that this is everywhere in the hospitality and the travel industry, tourism will see. For instance, the airlines during the period of low demand, they charges the less rates as compared to the period of high demand. Demand-based pricing helps the organization to earn more profit if the customer accept customer accept the product at the price more than the cost. So that is the time when they will see that the demand is more, then they can charge more, and if the demand is less, they can even give the incentives to attract the people. Now the competition based demand, that's the third category of the pricing, is that we will discuss in the next. That the competition based pricing. Competition based pricing refers to the method in which an organization consider price of competitors, that will go through the price of the competitors of the same commodity. We'll see that is in the airline business, that there is a range of that the service providers are there. There are so many that companies, those who are providing the service of the travel in the airlines. So they are offering certain that if we book to and fro together, then we'll give the 10%, 20% less. Or if you'll book the entire that month traveling with us, then we'll give the different that the pricing offer for the customer. So that kind of planning is there, and to whom we are calling the competition based pricing. Competition based pricing refers to the method in which an organization considered the pricing of competitors product to set the price of its own products. The organization may charge higher, lower, or equal price as compared to the pricing of it. So that they can have that the margin in between, that they can price sometimes high, they can price sometimes low, they can price high with certain that are other incentives. So that all kind of that strategy that they'll use, and that's why we are calling it the competitor based pricing method. The aviation industry, that example I have already discussed, that the aviation industry in the best example of competition based pricing, where airlines charge the same for fewer prices for same routes as charged by their other competitors. In addition to the introductory price charged by the publishing organization for textbook are determined according to the competitor's price. So these and nowadays in railways we are also having that the certain the premier trains, they are on the basis of the demand, they are there is a fluctuation in the price of the tickets. So that is also that if you book that the same ticket at once in a while it's 1,000 rupees. The same ticket will have more than 5,000 rupees. So that on the basis of the competitors and on the basis of the situation, they are pricing their product. Now the fourth one, the other pricing method, and we know that these are subdivided among the four categories. So first one is that the value pricing implies a method in which an organization tries to win loyal customer by charging low price for their high quality product. The organization aims to become low cost producer without sacrificing the quality. It can be deliver high quality product at low pricing by improving its research and development process. Value pricing is also called valued optimized pricing. This is actually the companies, those they can offer for their valued customer a special price. So that's why, because of that, they are not giving that price to the normal customers, but they are giving the price to the customers. Those they are in the pipeline of their valued customers. So that kind of the pricing, those were offered to the customers, those who are in the list of the value customers. That is being called as a value pricing. Now the target return pricing, yes, if that can be offered to the stockists, to the retailers, that if they will achieve this much of business, then we'll give the 10% relaxation in the prices those we have offered to them. So that kind of the target pricing is also available nowadays in the market. Helps in achieving the required rate of return on investment done on a product. In order towards the price of a product is fixed on the basis of the expected profit. That if we have suppose 100 units of business, we will give them the 50 that the price is X. If we have a 200 business, 200 unit business of same product from a area, then we can offer them 10%, 20% less price, because the profitability of the product is increases and the cost of product is decreases. So that's why the target pricing is a very unique the method of targeting the targeting and enhancing the business by and large. Going rate price, yes, sometimes the season is going. In that case, for this is very much popular in the woolen industry, because in winters we see that the starting of winters we have a different price for the same commodity. But when they know that after 3 months, when in February and March in our country, when the almost the area we winters leaving the country. So in that case, the outgoing price, the going price, because they feel that if the product will not purchase by the customers right now, then it will be with us for next year, next entire year. So looking to that, the losses and the cost of products and the interest and all, they have reduces the price immediately, 50% offer or like that. That kind of that the pricing is very much popular in agro-based industry also. You'll see that in the vegetable market, you will see that initially the price of product or particular vegetable is very high, but after that, when they feel that because of they feel that because it's a perishable item, so immediately they feel that the customers they are not purchasing the product, they immediately reduce the prices. So that kind of that ongoing prices is like that. Then the fourth one, and which is the last one, that the transfer pricing involves selling of goods and services within the department of the organization. It is done to the manage. It is done to manage the profit and loss rash, ratios of different departments within the organization. So we can see that the transfer prices. We can see that if the company those who are producing the manufacturing uh, the any domestic product or range of the product. So they with X product they give the Y product as a free, because they feel that the Y product is not that much of creating profit. So to just give the, the benefit on the X product, they are giving the offer of these products. So to whom we are calling the transferring of pricing. One department of an organization can sell its product to other department of low prices. That is happening. That is happening. Sometimes transfer pricing used as to show higher profit in the organization by showing the sales of profit within the department. So what they do, they if the X product sale is very fantastic in the organization, so what they will do, they started giving Y product to the same department, and they are giving it free with the product. So, but they are showing that the Y department sales is also very high, but it was done only just to promote the product and only just to have the business showing the business. So that kind of that market that we are having in everywhere in the country. So today we have completed the discussion on the product life cycle and the pricing methods of the company. And now